What if you woke up tomorrow and the grocery store shelves were suddenly bare? Not just a few empty spots in the pasta aisle, but entire sections wiped clean, leaving families scrambling to grab whatever they could find. We've seen it before. From 2020's 48-hour panic runs to more recent supply hiccups, the warning signs are flashing again. Here's the hard truth. Our food system in America is stretched razor thin. One broken link, whether it's global shipping delays, bad weather, or political unrest, can create shortages that feel like they happen overnight. And when that happens, it's not the wealthy or hardcore preppers who come out ahead. It's the everyday families who quietly stocked up early, calmly, and smartly. So if you're a retiree on a fixed income, a parent feeding a big family, or a young adult trying to stretch every dollar, this video is for you. Today we'll cover 12 survival grocery products you should secure now. Items that are affordable, versatile, and long-lasting. The kind of foods that will keep you fed, healthy, and ahead of the crowd when the next crisis hits. Item 1. Freeze-dried fruits and vegetables. When fresh produce disappears from store shelves, families often panic. But freeze-dried fruits and vegetables are a game-changer. Thanks to modern technology, they retain nearly all their original vitamins and minerals, sometimes more than the fresh produce that's been shipped across the country and sitting for weeks. They last up to 25 years if stored properly, which means you can build a supply once and not worry about spoilage. The versatility is unmatched. Eat them as snacks, rehydrate them for cooking, or toss them into smoothies. During the last crisis, households who had freeze-dried options stayed healthy, while others struggled with poor nutrition. Yes, the upfront cost may seem higher, but ounce for ounce, it often works out cheaper than frozen or canned. And when the power goes out or store trucks stop rolling in, having a bucket of strawberries, corn, peas, or carrots ready in your pantry can mean the difference between bland meals and balanced nutrition. Item 2. Raw honey. This isn't just a sweetener. Raw, unprocessed honey is one of the most powerful multi-purpose survival foods you can own. It literally never expires. Archaeologists have found edible honey in jars sealed thousands of years ago, but its value goes way beyond sweetness. Honey has antibacterial and antifungal properties, making it a natural medicine for sore throats, coughs, and even wound care. In a crisis when pharmacies may be closed, that's priceless. It also contains amino acids, vitamins, and minerals that help maintain energy when diets become restricted. Families who kept honey during past shortages often found themselves using it not only in tea or baking, but also for food preservation and even bartering. In fact, honey has historically been used as currency during hard times. Whether you buy Manuka honey for its high medicinal strength or local wildflower honey for affordability, make sure it's raw and unfiltered. Store it in glass jars at room temperature, and it will be there when you need it most. Item 3. Powdered bone broth. Bone broth has been treasured for centuries for its healing properties, but in powdered form it becomes a survival essential. Unlike liquid broth that spoils quickly, powdered bone broth is shelf-stable for up to 5 years. Just add hot water, and you've got a rich, comforting drink packed with protein, amino acids, and minerals like calcium and magnesium. During stressful times, your body burns through nutrients at a faster rate. The glycine and proline in bone broth help stabilize blood sugar, strengthen your gut, and even support mental clarity. That's not just food, that's resilience in a cup. It's also a culinary powerhouse. Use it as a base for soups, cook rice with it, or add depth to sauces and gravies. Families who had powdered broth during the last supply disruptions were eating meals that tasted and felt complete, while others struggled with bland food. For the space it takes up, powdered bone broth provides some of the highest nutritional returns of any survival grocery item you can buy. Item 4. Premium salt. Salt might sound basic, but in a survival situation, it's pure gold. Not the bleached table salt that sits in cardboard containers, but premium sea salt or pink Himalayan salt loaded with trace minerals. These minerals not only enhance flavor, but also help your body function under stress. Studies show sodium needs can rise by up to 40% during high-stress periods. Think back to recent shortages. People had rice and canned beans, but meals quickly became unbearable without seasoning. Salt boosts morale as much as it preserves food. In fact, during World War II, salt was so scarce, it was literally used as currency. The good news? It's one of the cheapest survival foods you can stock. 5 pounds of quality salt costs under $30 and lasts for months, or forever if kept dry in airtight containers. And unlike perishable goods, salt doesn't degrade. It's easy, it's versatile, and it turns emergency rations into meals your family can actually enjoy. Item 5, coconut flour. When flour shortages hit in 2020, grocery shelves sat empty for weeks. Families dependent on bread were stuck. Coconut flour is the ultimate backup. Naturally gluten-free, it's rich in fiber, protein, and healthy fats, and it stays fresh for up to 3 years if stored properly. Here's the kicker. It expands when mixed with liquid, meaning you need only a fraction compared to wheat flour. A single 5-pound bag can stretch like 20 pounds of regular flour. That's a huge win when storage space is limited. You can use it for pancakes, muffins, bread, or even as a crispy coating for proteins. Unlike wheat flour that attracts pests, coconut flour is naturally antimicrobial, making storage stress-free. During a camping trip with little else to cook, I relied on coconut flour for meals, and it worked wonders. In a crisis, it gives you flexibility, nutrition, and comfort without the risk of spoilage. Item 6, ghee clarified butter. Most cooking fats turn rancid quickly without refrigeration, but ghee is different. This shelf-stable butter alternative lasts over a year at room temperature and delivers a rich, satisfying flavor. During events like the Texas power outage, families with Ghee kept cooking normally, while others threw away spoiled butter and milk. Nutritionally, ghee is loaded with fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, critical for immune health and energy when diets are limited. It also has a high smoke point, making it perfect for sautéing, frying, or baking. The storage is simple. Keep jars sealed in a cool pantry, and they actually improve in flavor over time. Brands made from grass-fed butter, like Pure Indian Foods, offer exceptional quality. In stressful times, comfort foods matter. Adding ghee to rice, vegetables, or bread transforms survival meals into something your family actually looks forward to eating. That little jar can carry enormous psychological weight when normal comforts are gone. Item 7, canned protein. When crises hit, protein is the first nutrient families struggle to maintain. That's where canned proteins, tuna, chicken, salmon, beans, become indispensable. Unlike fresh meat that spoils in days, canned protein lasts years while still delivering the calories and nutrients you need to stay strong. These aren't just backup items, they're practical staples. Toss canned beans into soups, shred canned chicken for tacos, or use tuna in quick sandwiches. With the right seasonings, they become hearty meals that keep morale high. The cost per serving is still relatively low, especially compared to skyrocketing prices for fresh meat. And unlike freeze-dried products, you don't need special prep. Just open and eat if necessary. Stock a mix, beans for fiber and plant protein, plus canned fish and poultry for variety. Store them in a cool, dry space, rotate every year, and you'll always have a reliable protein base ready. Item 8, rice and oats. If you're building a survival pantry, rice and oats are non-negotiable. They're cheap, filling, and form the backbone of countless meals worldwide. A 20-pound bag of rice or oats can feed a family for weeks and costs less than a single dinner out. Rice provides long-lasting energy, while oats add fiber and essential nutrients that help stabilize blood sugar. Both store well. White rice can last up to 25 years in sealed containers, while oats typically last 1 to 2 years if kept dry and airtight. Their versatility is endless. Rice bowls, oatmeal breakfasts, casseroles, even desserts. During shortages, families who had rice and oats didn't just survive. They stayed full and nourished at a fraction of the cost of processed foods. The beauty is in the simplicity. Store them in buckets with oxygen absorbers, and you've secured a calorie-dense foundation that stretches every other item in your pantry. Item 9, peanut butter and nut spreads. Few foods pack as much nutrition into a small jar as peanut butter. Calorie-dense, protein-rich, and shelf-stable for up to 2 years. It's the perfect survival spread. Just 2 spoonfuls deliver fats, protein, and energy that can keep you going when meals are scarce. During stressful times, kids especially benefit from comfort foods that feel familiar. Peanut butter sandwiches or crackers can feel like a luxury when options are limited. Plus, nut spreads require no cooking, no refrigeration, and minimal prep. Ideal for blackouts or on-the-go situations. Almond or sunflower seed butter are excellent alternatives if allergies are a concern. Look for natural versions with minimal added sugar or hydrogenated oils. From spreading on bread to blending in smoothies, peanut butter proves that survival food doesn't have to feel like deprivation. Stocking a few extra jars now ensures both nutrition and morale later. Item 10, powdered milk and dairy alternatives. When fresh milk vanishes from store shelves, and it will during extended disruptions, powdered milk becomes a lifesaver. A single canister can last up to 20 years if stored properly, making it one of the longest-lasting sources of calcium and vitamin D. It's not just for drinking. Powdered milk enriches coffee, tea, baked goods, and casseroles. Plus, it ensures kids and seniors still get the bone-strengthening nutrients they need. Dairy-free families can lean on shelf-stable alternatives like powdered oat milk or almond milk, which offer similar versatility. During shortages, families with powdered milk kept their routines intact while others scrambled. And when prices for fresh dairy skyrocketed, their investment paid off many times over. The key is storage. Keep sealed containers in a cool, dry place. For emergencies, even a few scoops stirred into water restores a sense of normalcy. A glass of milk at breakfast, or creamy mashed potatoes at dinner. Item 11, coffee and tea. For many families, survival isn't just about calories. It's about sanity. That's why coffee and tea earn a spot on this list. Beyond the caffeine boost that keeps you sharp under stress, these drinks provide warmth, routine, and even barter value. Historically, coffee and tea have been traded like currency during shortages. A single bag of beans or box of tea can be worth far more than its shelf price when markets dry up. They also store surprisingly well. Sealed coffee lasts 1-2 years, while black tea can last indefinitely if kept dry. More than anything, they preserve a sense of normal life. A hot cup in the morning can steady nerves, improve focus, and help maintain morale when everything else feels uncertain. If you've ever gone a day without your usual coffee, imagine weeks without it. Stock a little extra now, and you'll thank yourself later. Item 12, cooking oils. It's easy to overlook, but cooking oil is critical in any crisis. Olive oil, coconut oil, or even shelf-stable vegetable oils provide dense calories and make otherwise bland foods satisfying. Without oils, frying, sautéing, and baking become nearly impossible. Coconut oil is especially valuable because it lasts up to 5 years without going rancid and offers antimicrobial benefits. Olive oil stored in dark glass bottles can last 18 to 24 months. These oils aren't just for cooking, they can also be used for preservation, skin care, and even emergency lighting if needed. During shortages, families who ran out of oil found themselves unable to prepare even the simplest meals. A few extra bottles in storage ensure that rice, beans, or vegetables don't taste like punishment, but like real, nourishing food. Stocking oil may seem boring, but when shelves are bare, it becomes one of the most indispensable survival items you own. Surviving a crisis isn't just about stockpiling food. It's about choosing the right foods that cover nutrition, taste, and practicality all at once. The 12 grocery products we just covered do exactly that. From calorie-dense staples like rice and peanut butter, to nutrient-packed essentials like freeze-dried produce and bone broth, to morale boosters like coffee and salt. Each plays a unique role in keeping your family strong when shelves go bare. The best part? These aren't obscure prepper-only items. They're affordable, available at places like Walmart, Aldi, Sam's Club, or Costco, and they integrate seamlessly into your everyday cooking. That means nothing sits forgotten in the back of your pantry. You're rotating, using, and replacing naturally. But remember, timing is everything. Right now, you can still shop calmly and build your supplies without panic. Once the headlines hit, options disappear overnight. The families who act early will eat better, spend less, and stay calmer than those who wait. Start small if you have to. 1 jar of honey, 1 bag of oats, 1 bottle of oil. Each step builds security, and when the next crisis comes, you'll already be ahead of the rush.